Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's event. We are hoping to give you a taste of your experience of studying at Torrens University. My name is Lyndon Tolhurst. I'm Business Development Manager looking after the subcontinent and Middle East regions. We've got a really exciting event for you tonight. I know that we do run webinars and we do run different kinds of sessions to sort of try and let you know about Torrens University, but tonight we've got a very, very special event where what we're hoping to do is actually hear from a student who is studying at Torrens University, and also from one of our wonderful success coaches who makes up part of our amazing support team. So the way it's going to go tonight, I'm going to do a very brief introduction to you, and then I'm going to hand it over to our special guests, and then at the end of it, we'll get to all your questions. So if you have any questions throughout this session, please put them in the chat box and we'll get to those at the end. Don't worry that you won't interrupt. So please, as you get questions, please just put them in the chat and we'll get to them all when we can. By all means, you're logged into this wonderful platform that we have, and we have, there's a lot of resources, a lot of different things on here that you can look at and learn more about the courses at Torrens University as well. So please, upon the completion of the event, feel free to stick around, have a look at the platform, have a look at all the different resources, information, videos, and everything you can learn as much as you want about Torrens University. Anyway, moving on to the whole point of the event, and this is about learning about your experience as a student at Torrens University. So we at Torrens University have we've been teaching online classes in response to government health guidelines for COVID affected areas, for the better part of the last 18 months. And, part of that, what we've really shown is that our students actually have a very, very positive experience. Quite a lot of those students are currently offshore, like our special guest today. So enough from me. I'm going to first of all introduce you to Larissa de Lopez. So Larissa is a business success coach here at Torrens University in Adelaide. She holds a bachelor's degree in law, master in TESOL, and is currently studying an MBA course as well. So a massive high achiever. We're glad to have her as part of the Torrens University family. She has 7 years of work experience as skills for education employment trainer, and is passionate about assisting students to achieve their study and career goals. In addition to that, we have another special guest who is a current student of ours, Anshul, who is an offshore student at Torrens University. He's studying a Bachelor of Business Administration and is currently doing a marketing internship through us, which we're going to get to because that's a very important part of what we offer here at Torrens University. So, like I said, any questions that you have about anything that we're discussing, or about anything to do with Torrens University, about studying in Australia, please put it in the chat box, and we'll get to it at the end. But without further ado, I'm going to hand over to our special guests, and I hope you all enjoy the event. Larissa.
Thank you, Linda, for the amazing introduction. It's a pleasure to be here on this event, especially talking to one of our offshore students, Anshul. He's a fantastic student. I've been talking to him for a while, and he has achieved so much. I'm so looking forward to talking to him, for him to share his amazing success and resilience, well, attitude. Yeah, he's the whole package for a successful student as well. So, okay, my name is Larissa. As Lyndon said, I'm one of the business success coaches based here in Adelaide. And people keep asking me, Anshul and everyone all the time, Larissa, what do you do? So I know success coach. Success is a positive name. Coach, okay, coach. So you teach me something. But I normally say that a success coach is not about the role, yeah? It's about making a difference. And that's what I try to do. I try to make a difference in your life by helping you to have a very, a good learning experience. So I provide you with the tools needed for you to succeed academically and professionally as well. I'm here to also help you to improve your self-awareness in regards to the talents and the skills that you have, because we are all talented people and skillful people. Do you agree with me, Anshul?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes we are not aware of that. So we can guide you and we can help you to find out about those talents and those skills that you have, and perhaps even turn those talents into strengths to leverage them. And so basically, we help you with subject selection. If you are confused about which subjects you should select this particular trimester, or maybe in 2 trimesters ahead, we can definitely help you with that and make a very effective study plan for you so you can finish your course by your COE end date. We can also help you by providing career services. We can help you with your resumes, with your cover letters, because resumes, guys, can be very different from our countries, from, from India, resumes and Brazilian resumes, they are very different. The formats, everything's so different. So please reach out to us. You can always reach out to us for you to get assistance in that sense, for you to learn a little bit more about the Australian resume guidelines and also cover letters. And we can also help you offering career guidance. Maybe you are lost, you're very young, you don't know which career or which type of role you want to have or want to pursue. So you can, seek our help, and we'll be more than happy to help you with that. So basically, we help you to get job ready. So by also helping you for you to develop your personal and your professional capabilities. And as a result of that, to improve your employability outcomes. Yes, we've got many success stories, and I'll be sharing them with you as well. And we also help you to connect with the right services. For example, you come to me, and she knows that, yes? So you come to me and say, Larissa, I don't know, I've got an admin issue with my, I don't know, with my account, whatever. So I refer you to the right department. Or if you are going through some type of mental health challenge, yeah, this COVID situation hasn't been easy for everyone, but you have an amazing support. So I can refer you to the right services. Or you come to me and say, Larissa, I forgot about the right referencing style that I should include on my assessment, on my assignment. I said, look, I cannot help you with that. I'm not an academic expert, but I can refer you to the right service, to the right academic, person for you to get this help, or to the right academic skills workshops where you can get this type of assistance. So as I said, it's not about the role success coach, it's about the goal, and about us working together, and about you achieving your dreams, about you achieving your goals, achieve your study goals and your career goals. So I don't see me as, yes, I want you to succeed, but I'm also your friend. I'm on your side. And if you want to succeed, I'm your best friend, and I can guarantee you that you will succeed. Your achievement is my achievement. Your happiness is my happiness. Yes? And I can guarantee you as well that I can unlock all your potential to maximize your performance. Yes? While you are also studying with us. Yes, Anshul? Do you see me as your friend, Anshul, as well?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because, like I said, first of all, I'm honored to be here. And with that introduction, I think I might have to jot some points down for myself to motivate myself. But yeah, I think I completely agree with the statement, because it's like everybody needs a little hand holding, and it goes way beyond hand holding, and it just provides a lot of support and guidance. And I think that is what all all success coaches, all the people at the organization provide us. And I think that it goes way beyond subject selection, because it's like, if you want, there are a lot of opportunities, and if you want someone to shed a light upon something, you go to your success coach, because they'll guide you, they'll show you the way. And at the end of the day, you have to make the effort. But yeah, if you want to shed some light upon anything, they are right there for you.
I like that. And so being proactive is very important. Yes, you need to reach out
Yeah.
to us and say, Larissa, I need help with my resume, with my cover letter. I would like that remote internship. Yes, so Anshul, But I would like to ask you some questions, Anshul. You know, it's so funny, Anshul, because we've been having meetings there for a while. And sometimes I forget that you are in India because we chat all the time, we communicate all the time. Do you feel in that way, Anshul?
Yep, exactly. Because it's like it's very easy for me to book an appointment and get on a call with you if I'm in a small ditch or I'm in a big ditch. If I want to celebrate small victories, or I want to celebrate big victories. So I think it is very how do I put it? I think all of it is in front of me, and it is very reachable if I want to put it in words.
Even on
So,
LinkedIn, yes, I'm sure we can chat on LinkedIn. You say, Larissa,
exactly.
can you look at this? Can you help me with that? Oh, Larissa, can you offer me some guidance? Okay. Anshul, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Yes.
Sure,
Tell me a little bit about who you are, the skills that you have, that I know you have, your strengths, and some of your career goals as well.
Sure. So I was born and brought up in Delhi, India. I'm 19 years old and I finished. So I graduated my high school last year, and I had a commerce with math stream, and I secured 95.45% in my class 12th. And on the side, so I've been playing cricket. I've been playing professional cricket from the age of 12, and I intend to do that when I am able to travel to Australia. So yeah, I'm a hardworking sportsman who also focuses on his plan B if his plan A doesn't work out, and I'm trying to do that while with focusing both on the sport and on my academics, on my internships, and uh, building up my resume, building up my professional work life, etc. So yeah, that is something about.
Well done, Anshul. So you mentioned about an internship, yes? And I've got many offshore students who approach me, oh, Larissa, I'm here far away. I'm not in Australia, but I really would like to gain some work experience. Yes, it's possible. You can get an internship, a remote internship, and gain experience in your field and get industry hours. It's an amazing experience, isn't it? So Anshul secured a marketing internship, and he's doing incredibly well. So Anshul, can you share with us a little bit about your experience as a marketing intern?
So I started with a bachelor's of business administration course generally. So I didn't have a major as of now because I wanted to get experience in every sector and I didn't know which major to choose. So I did it. I started with a general, and once I started doing marketing internships here in India, started doing subjects like the marketing fundamentals course that I did in trimester one. So I got very attracted to marketing, and so because of that, I saw Careers Connect on my student portal, and I reached out to Larissa if I can secure a remote internship if there is a possibility of me securing a remote internship. And she said, "Yeah, just send me your resume. We can start working on your resume, build up your resume, and then start applying on Careers Connect itself." So it took me around 2 to 3 weeks to build up my resume because I had to change my we had to change my resume from the Indian format to Australian format, make additions, make subtractions. So after 2 to 3 weeks, I think I was able to apply for internships, and I successfully got an opportunity to interview at one, and I successfully able to secure that internship. And I've started as of 1st September. I've started that remote internship in marketing. So
Fantastic, Anshul. So you can tell with certainty that although you are studying fully online and in India, you can get some work experience, yeah, valuable work experience, and you can learn a lot, yes?
absolutely.
And develop your skills and your talents and your knowledge, of course, related to your field.
Yeah, because in a situation like this, I think the more you can do is better, and they're able to do a remote internship and get real life work experience while in India in an Australian organization and working with people who are currently in Australia. I think it is a very big opportunity for me, seeing the circumstances. And yeah, I would like to capitalize on that, and I've because of Larissa and all the support that I've got. So yeah.
Excellent, Anshul. And I told you that, yes, so everyone, I was just checking Anshul's progression report, yeah, because as coach, we help you with your subject selection. We make sure that you are on track. We offer assistance. So I was checking Anshul's grades, and it's like distinction, high distinction, distinction, distinction. And Anshu is offshore, yeah. So there is no doubt about the challenge of studying offshore, yeah, and about the challenge of studying fully online. But Anshu has been able to manage that, and he has shown somehow that it's possible for you to learn, for you to get work experience, and for you to succeed academically, even under those circumstances. Anshul, do you agree that it's possible, even offshore, even study online, to learn and to
Yeah,
receive high quality yet teaching and support? Share a little bit about your experience, academic experience, while studying online and offshore, Anshul, please.
absolutely, absolutely. I completely agree with that statement because, like I said, the more you want to do, the more opportunities you'll start getting. So the more, uh, like more surfaces you want to scratch, you'll get to see more opportunity. And speaking about my online experience, I think I at the start of my first trimester, I think I thought it was going to be very difficult because here in India, we all the institutions focus on theoretical learning, and all my life have never studied online. I've always I've had the habit of picking up the book, uh, just learning and giving exams. So majorly because of that reason, I thought in the start that it would be very difficult for me. But as I started getting into things, I started doing assessments through trial and error, through guidance, through proper support. I think I've been able to overcome that, and now I know where when I have to do things and what things that I have to do. So I think it is a part of my schedule now because of all the support and all the guidance that I've got. So now it's become second nature. Now it's become first nature to me. So I think with trial and error, everything gets better, and it did for me. So yeah,
And have you felt supported while studying online from your lectures, from your success coach, Anshul? Have you had a
absolutely.
great learning experience in that? Yeah.
So I would like to give two examples. So at the start of my first trimester, I made the mistake, and I thought that the class timings were in IST, but they were in AEST. So I made the mistake of enrolling in a class which was at 7 a.m. AEST, which turned out to be 3 a.m. in the night IST. So it was so I had to get up at 2 to 3 o'clock because of the mistake I made, obviously. But yeah, Miss Sabiha, who was our lecturer, she was very supportive. And so for our last assessment, we had to give a presentation, and she understood that all the students who are from India, who are from Pakistan, who are from countries who have a time difference, she made a different group for us so that we don't have to get up at 3 a.m. in the night to give that presentation. So all the students who were at the campus, they were given a different time, and the students who have a time difference, we were given a different time to give the presentation to make it more comfortable for us. And the second example that I would like to give is so I enrolled in a subject called Understanding People and Organizations for my for my second trimester, and Mr. Martin, who was my lecturer, he actually made things very easy for us. So he gave us a calendar link. He gave us an opportunity to sync all of our calendars that he had made before the course started. And so for example, if I have a class at 11 a.m., I used to get a reminder at 10 a.m. I used to get a reminder at 10:30 a.m. that I have a lecture in 30 minutes. I have a lecture in 1 hour. And every Sunday, so on Sundays we have to submit assessments, and I used to get a reminder on Saturday itself that only 1 day is left, so you can start work. And all just the calendar invites, the calendar links, the calendar reminders, the reminders on the announcement tab. I think it has gelled up together, and now it's yeah, as I said, it's first nature to me because of all the support and guidance that I've.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear, Anshul, that you have all the support from your lectures, from your coach, from all the support services that we have here at Torrens. And I'm very glad as well to hear this acknowledgement that because of that, you have been able to succeed as well academically and professionally as well, because you are an intern in a very good company, even though you are offshore. I love that. Yes. And I can see that your future will be very bright, and sure. And I told you yesterday, yeah, hopefully very soon the borders will open and you'll come here and we are going to be having a coffee here. Yes, in the kitchen.
Looking forward
fantastic.
to it.
Yeah. And sure, why did you choose Torrens University? Why Torrens?
I think so. When I started looking for colleges, when I started looking for universities, Torrens University struck out to me because when I started doing the research, I got to know that the classes which were face to face, they were only 20 to 30 people are in one class. And I, as a student, I know my capabilities, so I know that if I'm in a environment where there are a bunch of students, I won't be able to focus. And if I enroll into a university where there is focus on interactive learning, focus on one-to-one learning, I think I'd be able to basically perform to full of my abilities. So that was the major reason for me choosing Torrens, because it provided interactive learning, face-to-face learning, one-to-one learning with small number of students in one class. So I think that basically struck out to me. And second, as I talked about that, I play cricket. So Torrens University has a great cricket team, and they won their last 2 to 3 district. So that was also one of the factors to choose Torrens University. Larissa, you're on mute.
Adelaide team is the best one, Anshul, in cricket. Yeah, do you agree with me? Yes.
Yes.
I know that. I know that. Anshul, oh, that's fantastic. Okay, Anshul, I've never asked you that. I don't know why, but why Australia? I have so many good things to say about Australia, but I want to hear from you. Why did you decide, okay, I want to study in Australian, higher education sector? Why did you decide to pursue your degree in this country? Why?
Academically speaking, I think, like I told you, so here in India, all the focus is on theoretical learning. All the focus is on you gulp the knowledge and just give exams. So that is all the focus that is here on theoretical learning. And to get a seat in the institutions that you desire, there's a very limited quota, and you have to give exams which are very competitive. So on the basis of that, I chose Australia because in Australia there is a focus on practical learning, where I can use my creative skills, use all my practical skills, and just be me, and not just focus on theoretical learning. And so one of my cousins is also an international student. He is in Canada, and he was telling me about the weather there in Canada. It is very cold. It is snowing most of the time. So I think the focus on practical learning. Second would be the weather, because the weather conditions are great. And third, I think, like I told you, according to sports, I think Australia is one of the biggest countries in the sporting industry. And cricket Australia, we all know how great it is, how big it is, how many opportunities there are for everybody. So yeah, that was the main reason. Those were the main reasons for me to choose Australia.
Sure, I'm going to ask you that, but I know the answer. Yes.
Yeah.
When the borders open, are you going to hesitate in coming to Australia?
No, it's not at all.
No.
No.
You're very eager to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm very glad to hear. So Anshul, can you share a little bit of your study tips, of some study strategies that you utilize for you to get such good grades and to have this enjoyable learning experience with us at Torrens, please?
Yep. So in my first trimester, I enrolled in 3 subjects, which was a lot for me at that time, because I was getting into a new environment, getting into a new organization. I had never done referencing before, for example. I had never written assessments before, because, as I told you, in our high school, all the focus is on theoretical learning. So it was a very new environment for me. But I think it took me only the first or second assessment to get used to everything. So the time management schedule that I made for myself was that I would focus on one subject on Monday, second subject on Tuesday, third subject on Wednesday, complete at least 75 to 80% of those assessments. And so in India, according to the time difference, I always have to submit my assessment on Sunday, which is on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. So I would just, so if I don't have to go anywhere on Saturday or Sunday, I would just sit down, complete all three of my assessments and edit them in one sitting. So it would take whole of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I would focus on my cricket, which on the remaining days. And on Sunday morning, on Sunday evening, I would just sit down, finish up all of my assessments and submit them. So yeah, I think that worked for me for the four of my assessments. And basically managing time, using time to the fullest, and being productive. Listening to podcasts, I think has helped me a lot, because getting to hear from other people, getting to know their tips, their tricks, how they get about things, how they go on with things. I think that those have really helped me. And this is very individually specific. But yeah, I think the drive to finish things, that I have the drive to focus on one element, I think that really came through for me.
Love that, Anshul. So if you are resilient, if you are dedicated, and if you have a dream to come to Australia to succeed professionally, academically, it's possible for you to learn. It's possible for you to conquer everything that you want to conquer, even if you are offshore, even if you are studying online. And adaptability is a very important employability skill. And we are dealing with a very strong virus, yes? So we need to look after ourselves and we need to adapt to things that we cannot change. Yes?
Absolutely.
Do you agree with me, Anshul?
Yeah, because I think so. It's not like one or two countries are dealing with the pandemic. The whole world is, and so as soon as we accept the fact that we are in a pandemic and we have to adapt to things and just be optimistic about things, I think that is something that changed my point of view, because I got to know that being pessimistic, being negative about everything, didn't only harm me. It didn't add any value to my life. So once I started being optimistic, started uh, getting all those opportunities, capitalizing on them, and doing the best I can in such a situation. I think that mindset really helped me. Being optimistic, yeah.
Mindset is very important as well. And so I was talking to another student during my podcast, and he said, Larissa, yes, I'm here in Nigeria. I really would like to, to be on campus, but I need to have a positive mindset, because if I start thinking, oh, I won't be learning because I don't like online study, you are going to create a barrier, yes, and you won't learn. So to have a positive mindset is very important as well. Do you agree, Anshul?
Yes, completely agree. Completely agree.
Anshul, have you ever had to wake up in the middle of the night, maybe 3 a.m., 4 a.m., to attend classes, online classes?
Yeah, so like I talked about, I made the mistake of enrolling in a class because I thought the time was in IST, but it was actually in AEST, and it was 7 a.m. And so I used to get up at 2:30 because the lecture was at 3, and to my, I think in those lectures, the professor that was there at the start. So for example, if our class is starting on 13th of September, if my trimester is starting on 13th of September, so the lecturer who was in my class till the 12th of September, he or she changed. So another lecturer came in. So she had to take manual attendance. So it was like I couldn't, so I had to focus and I had to be there for the 100% of the lecture and just focus on my studies, because the attendance was also there, all the course structure was also there. And I thought that because to do assessments, I have to go through the class recording. So I thought if I have to go through the class recording, I should just attend the live class and may as well clear all my doubts then and there, instead of going back at the recordings, forwarding an email to the lecturer, forwarding a class message to a lecturer. I think that is what really drove me to attend online classes, to just solve my doubts then and there and just focus on the subject outline and subject structure.
Sure, I know that there are lecturers who even have like a WhatsApp group just with students, offshore students, where they can help, and contact them directly. I think this is very helpful as well. Do you agree,
Yes,
Anshul?
absolutely, absolutely. So having a WhatsApp group is like a cherry on top, because, like I said, I was fascinated with being able to sync the calendar, because I used to get reminders. So imagine having a WhatsApp group for offshore students. You can communicate. It just gives you a feeling of being included, and the feeling of being in a community, being in an organization that cares. So I think it absolutely gives the chance for students who are basically joining a new environment, joining a new organization, to just calm things down. And like I talked about, a little hand holding. Everybody requires a little hand holding. So I think a WhatsApp group really adds to the benefit.
Anshul, I should have asked you before that, but I've never asked for some reason. Anshul, where did you hear about Torrens University? How did you find out about this amazing university?
So when I got done with my high school, I started to look for. First, I decided on a country, which was Australia, and then I started to look for universities. And I got in touch. So I got in touch with an agent who was a friend of my mother's, and he started sending me links. He started sending me universities to research about. And when I started researching, I looked at many universities in Adelaide, the University of Adelaide, University of South Australia, Torrens University, Flinders University. But then, like I said, what stood out to me was the face-to-face learning, the interaction, and the small classes. And then when I started to look at the cricketing point of view, I got to know that Torrens University has a great cricket team. So it really added to the benefit. And I think it was, at the end, it was a no-brainer for me to apply to Torrens University.
And I'm sure you also applied for you to become one of the SRC members, yeah, online SRC members. Why? Why were you interested to be part of this group to promote
Yeah.
events, to connect with other university students? Why?
I think so. As I've started doing courses in my trimester 1 and trimester 2, I have made some friends who are currently in India, who are currently in Australia, who are currently in Uganda as well. So I've had an opportunity to make friends. And as I got to know that some of my friends who are in India, they were like, they didn't know where to get those forms, where to get those links, where to get the resources at the right point of time. So when I got in contact with Renata, who is who is an online SRC member, she told me that you get a chance to be the voice of people, you get a chance to help many people, and uh, while doing that, you get to have some fun with all your other peers. So I think uh, all those reasons. So getting an opportunity to help your peers, getting an opportunity to help your mates, getting an opportunity to be the voice of those people, giving them the required resources at the right point of time, and in a situation like this, being a part of the community, being a part of a whole, and just getting that community feeling. I think that is what drove me to apply for the online assessment. Larissa, you're on mute.
I firmly believe that you have great leadership skills. In your next appointment, we can talk more about them, yes, for you to leverage them even more. Fantastic. And Joshua, now I just want you to answer yes or no. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Short answers. Ready?
Yeah,
I want to
ready,
feel your energy. Ready? Excellent.
ready,
Okay.
absolutely.
Anshul, do you think that Torrens University offers you a lot of support for you to have a
Yes,
fantastic learning experience? Anshul, yes or no?
yes, yes, absolutely.
Anshul, do you think that despite of the fact that you are offshore and studying fully online, can you still learn? Can you still improve your knowledge? Can you still develop fantastic skills that will help you for you to succeed professionally in the future? Yes or no, Anshul?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Anshul, forget that I'm your coach, okay? Do you think, Anshul, that you have a lot of support from your coach for you to develop your skills even further, for your coach to connect you with the right service, the right support
Absolutely.
services, for us to actually offer you the tools for you to develop your skills and for you to succeed professionally and academically? Yes or no, Anshul?
Yes, because I wouldn't be here if it was not for you. So yeah, absolutely, yes.
Oh, Anshul, it's nice to hear, Anshul. So no, but you do a lot. You're very dedicated. Yes, so it's a teamwork. We work together.
Yep.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Anshul, do you have any doubts that Torrens University was the best option for you?
No.
I agree. I think we are the best option. Always. Anyway, yes. Anshul, my last question, Anshul. Are you ready for this?
Yep, right.
Anshul, when you look at yourself in the future, do you feel that when you complete your course, you'll be well prepared to work in your field in Australia?
Absolutely. Because the ability to get real life work experience while being in India, I think that is a very big opportunity for me. And once I'm able to travel to Australia and capitalize on the opportunities that I'll get when I come to Australia, I think absolutely I'll be more than ready for the professional life.
Fantastic. And as I said, very soon the borders will open and it will be here at Torrens University. And I'll be showing you the campus around. We're going to have coffee in the kitchen. We have a fantastic team. I know that in Melbourne, Linden, and in Sydney as well, and everywhere, we've got a fantastic team. But I'm here in Adelaide, yes? So maybe I'm a bit biased. So, but yeah, I do love our team here in Adelaide. So I just would like to share with all of you guys some of our success stories. Let me just share. Let me know if you are able to see. Anshul, can you see that? This slide?
Yes, I can see it.
So these are our business students who have secured internships and jobs in August and even in September, beginning of September. So we've got Anshul, marketing internship, Nichawa, marketing internship, Anthony, business and marketing analyst internship, Sachin Bogatin, a business admin analyst. Sachin has started his internship this week. We have Ruhama as well, who's seeking internship in finances and accounting. She even had to take a task as part of the selection process, and she succeeded. She did really well. We supported her as well with resources and everything that she needed for this task. Andrea, she's seeking an operations analyst job. Adriana Ortegon, accountant. Danielle Ariel, customer service agent, and Danielle as well has applied for an accounting opportunity. And I'm believing that she's going to secure that opportunity. Crutine, risk control consultant. Crutine's an engineer. Catherine, account alumni, so she finished with us last year. Regina, conception, assistant accountant, and Niraj, front office manager. So as you can see, we do have many success stories because these students, of course, they've been very proactive, but also because we have supported them and we have offered quality services, quality of teaching, quality of coaching. And Anshul, do you have any friends who have been studying with us who are in India?
Yeah, I've been able to make friends in both of my trimesters, in trimester 1 and trimester 2. So I've had the opportunity to speak to people from many traditions, many people from many cultures, and get to know more about them. So I've had the opportunity to make a friend from Uganda. I made an opportunity to make a friend from China, from Adelaide, from Chandigarh, which is in India, from Punjab, which is in India. So yeah, I have a very so I've been able to talk to a diverse group of people. So yeah.
So Anshul, do you love what you do? Do you love your course?
Absolutely, because like I said, being optimistic, being opportunistic right now is, I think, what drives me and is what keeps me going. So yeah, absolutely, I love what I do.
Fantastic. Anshul, thank you so much for your collaboration, for your amazing, input and advice and tips, and for sharing your amazing experience with us. It's very rewarding to hear that although you are offshore and studying online, you have had such a successful journey so far. Yeah, so Lyndon, perhaps we can open the session for some
Honored to be.
questions. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think that's a very good opportunity. But first of all, I want to thank you both for that engaging conversation. It's so reassuring and it's so wonderful to hear from you, Anshul, about your experience so far. And I know that you two would never have met in person, but you obviously have this relationship because you've been engaging together, and it just shows. And before we get to the questions, there was so much that I picked up on from the answers that Anshul was giving. And I'm just going to mention a few of them. I'm going to highlight a few of them, but I honestly listed so many in my head as we went on. I think the first one that I would really pick up on was, going from the kind of education that you had in India, being more theoretical and classroom based, to then transferring those skills to an online learning environment. I think that what you've touched on there is a really important point when we're looking at the future of work. And if we're looking at the way that the workplace is evolving, especially, I mean, maybe it was always going to go this way and the pandemic has sped it up. But the way that the world is becoming globalized and the way that we work in international time zones, and there's a requirement for us to need to be able to perform professionally and with your education in an online forum, it's a skill that you're picking up, secondarily as a part of your education as well. So I think it's a really fantastic point that you touched on. The face-to-face learning component, and the reason that you really picked Torrens University because of that, I think that that's a really important factor, because what a lot of people watching this wouldn't be aware is that we actually had a really strong history of online delivery before the pandemic. So when we needed to change our classrooms to be able to deliver our courses to students online, it was a very, the materials and everything was already there. It was just a matter of changing students' enrollments. And not only that, our qualifications are globally recognized, online qualifications. For example, just before the beginning of the pandemic, our MBA was ranked in the top 20 online MBAs in the world, not just in Australia, not in India or in the US, in the world, one of the top online MBAs. And that was before the pandemic came. So it was a globally recognized world-class education that our students were getting, and they're continuing to get. SRC and the community. Back when I was an undergraduate, you can probably see there's some gray coming into my beard. This is a while ago now, but I was part of the SRC myself when I was an undergraduate. And the community and the contacts and the friendships that I made and the contributions I made back to my university, I found extremely rewarding. That's an opportunity that's open to all of our students who want to take part in that side of it. Now, the most important part of what you were talking about that I find important, and I dare say most people, especially at undergraduate level, but also at a postgraduate level, your internship. Now, something that we really pride ourselves on at Torrens University is that industry immersion. We set you up for the job that you're going to go into. We don't teach you in a classroom, this is the industry, and then you go out, you graduate and you go out and you find yourself in the industry. We build those in together. And that's no different for you if you're online studying offshore or if you're here in Australia. We provide you with the support, like Larissa it provides to all of her students, but also we have success coaches for all different areas, not just in business. But we provide you with that support to make sure that you're immersed throughout your entire course, and our assessments and everything reflect what the industry expects. And so the fact that you are in India and you've got an internship, you're supplementing your education with your internship while being offshore, I think is absolutely fantastic, and a testament to the support services, but also the quality of the education that the Torrens University provides. Now, we've got some questions here that are streaming in, so I'm going to address them. There are some questions that are coming through that what I would say, if it's specific to your case, around your enrollment status and that sort of thing, I can't really tell you very much about it. Obviously, this is a bit of a public forum. What I would recommend you do, if you have an enrollment under process, it's please get in touch with your education agent and get them to check in with their Torrens University representative. Could well be me, but if you're offshore, it's likely to be someone else. And they can get in touch with us, and we can let you know what's left to finalize your enrollment, so you can get into classes as soon as possible. All right, Albert, your question is when will the online classes start? So the next intake that we have is starting on Monday. So that is September the 13th, and that's our September study period. Then after that, there are some other study periods. There's a summer semester starting in November. Otherwise, it's next year into February. Classes, if you're offshore, would all be online, and they align the same with our intake. Robert, can I change my course after enrolling? You can, absolutely. You can change in line with your interests. What I would just bring your attention to is if you're offshore and you're applying to study in Australia, to a certain degree, your visa is granted to you on the case that you present to the visa office saying that you want to go on to study an MBA with us because you've got a background in business and you want to go and do that. So I just want you to bear in mind that when you enroll in that course, to some extent, the expectation is from a visa perspective is that's what you're going to do. But of course, preferences change, career paths change, and once you commence into your course, you can change. I just want to flag that with you. Yeah, there's a question there from Eliam. That one I will just say, please speak to your agent. I can't really give you any guidance on your specific case because I'm not sure your exact details. Okay, question around PhDs. So we do have higher degrees by research. We have Doctor of Philosophy and we have Masters of Philosophy. Now, these require a lot of resources from a university to be able to offer you a high quality supervision for your research project. And so what we say is that generally we would allow up to 3 months for that to come back because the assessments need to come into our research office and they want to find the best research proposals that align most closely with the expertise that we have. And so that takes time. And so if you're currently offshore, would suggest that you apply for a future intake at least 3 months in advance so that we can make sure that we can get the approvals and everything. So yeah, definitely it can take time for those courses, but that's just there's a lot that goes into it. We want to make sure that we can give you the best supervision possible for your course. A question from Helen, is it possible for a 30-year-old to apply for bachelor's? It depends on where you are. Typically that study gap would be too long, but it depends which country you're in, and I can't really give you specific advice on that. Typically, at least from the regions I look after in the subcontinent, Middle East region, we would probably be looking at 2020 pass outs at this stage to go into a bachelor degree. But speak to your education and migration agent and we'll be happy to have a look at your profile. Sorry, there was a question about borders being opened anytime soon. So this is we don't really know. We don't have strong guidance from the government yet. What we can say is that Torrens University is part of the government endorsed program to bring international students into the country, into Adelaide, where Larissa is. So I'm sure she'd be happy to see you there. So we are part of that program. We're not entirely clear on exactly when that will start. Some states in Australia are currently experiencing a few challenges with COVID. The state I live in, for example, Victoria, and New South Wales as well. So until those are under control, we aren't entirely clear, but we do know that we will be able to bring students into the country prior to borders opening on a large scale as being part of this project. But what I would say to that is that we and the other universities, I suspect, are going to be prioritizing those students who have been studying previously. So what I would recommend is that you start your studies soon, maintain a full-time study load, and then when we assess which students we can bring over to Australia and bring into the borders before the borders officially open in that sort of large-scale capacity, then we will be, that will be viewed favorably and put you towards the front of the queue. If you wait until the borders open fully, when we don't know when that is, then of course there's going to be a lot of pent-up demand. There's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of students around the world all wanting to come in, so you need to factor that into your decision making. Furthermore, if you're going into a bachelor degree, like I said to Helen about your age, there is that study gap component and the GTE component that you have to consider. If you wait 3 years after finishing year 12, you might not be able to get a successful visa grant because you've waited too long. So I just want you to bear a few of those things in mind. Okay, Bachelor of Nursing, there's a couple of questions about the Bachelor of Nursing does need to be face-to-face, and so you do need to be in Australia to take those. There's a large amount of placement components that need to be at approved places. It's to do with regulatory approval that we have through the nursing body. So for nursing, sorry, you do need to be in the country, and that will require the border to be open for you to come into. So there's a couple of questions about that. Imelda, are tuition fees the same for both on-campus and online courses? Now, it kind of basically depends what you're talking about when it comes to online and on-campus. So if you're talking about on-campus, there are two modes of on-campus. There are ones where you are physically sitting on the campus, where that is happening in Adelaide, where Larissa is, at our Brisbane campus as well. But in Sydney and Brisbane, we're in lockdown and students are online as well. But by online in that context, there are fixed class times that Anshul takes. This is the course that he does. There are face-to-face classes, there are collaborate sessions, it is run to a timetable like a student going face-to-face has. Now compare that to an online student, which is a course which is delivered purely online. There isn't those timetables or anything like that. There is a slight difference in fees between those. One of them, which is the first one, has a COE, which you would use to apply for a visa. The other online version can be done from anywhere and doesn't have a COE attached to it. So there is what you get is slightly different, and the price as a result of that is slightly different. Noah, there'll be admission for February 2022. Yes, absolutely. Hopefully for you as well. And we have September, we have November, and then we have February as well. So absolutely, we'll have a February intake. I think it's the 14th of February, which I believe is Valentine's Day for those of you that celebrate. What are the requirements for international undergraduate? Look, they change depending on the course. I would say if you've completed year 12 in the past 18 months, then you should have passed year 12 with around a 60% average grade in your year 12. And then your IELTS, as a general rule of thumb, should be, or PTE we accept as well, should be 6.0, no bands less than 5.5. But there are some differences between courses. Some, like software engineering, you need to have a bit more of a technical background and that sort of thing. So it depends on which course you want to go for. But just as a broad rule of thumb, that's what I would say for entry requirements. So I think in terms of questions, I think that the ones that are of value to everyone watching, I think that's probably about all. I'll just hand it back. Was it Larissa or Anshul? Was there anything at all that you'd like to add to today's presentation?
Yes, definitely. Look, we truly love what we do, and we really want to see you to succeed. And you have, all the support, and you have a very, very collaborative team to help you to succeed, to fulfill all your dreams. And I'm confident that these borders will be opening, and you'll be able to come here and to enjoy this amazing country and those amazing opportunities with us. Yes, keep believing that the things will get better, and we are going to be celebrating here in Australia your achievements together as a team. Yes, thank you, Lyndon. Thank you, Anshul. It was lovely to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Honored to be.
Thanks a lot, and
Thank
all the
you,
best.
Anshul.
So great to hear about you having a wonderful positive experience. So anyway, that's everything from today. We're hoping to give you an insight into what it's like to study as a student currently offshore, how we can support you to make sure that you have a positive experience. I mean, I don't know of any other providers or universities where the lecturer has a WhatsApp group with their students. I mean, I think the support that we can provide you, I think really goes above and beyond. So For those of you who have applied and have your assessments under, your applications under process and seeking to start with us, please, I encourage you to finalize those as soon as possible. Those of you considering to apply, please speak to your local educational migration agents or reach out to your Torrens University representative wherever you may be, and they can give you some more information. So, so wherever you are in the world, enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you on campus in the near future. Thank you.